All right, guys, it's Paul Macaluso, the Multifamily Renegade, back in another video for you. In today's video, what I wanted to talk about is value add. Everyone likes to talk about value add strategies, and they want their investment strategy to be a value add, so on and so forth. But very few people actually understand the value add process and how to look at the deal correctly to make sure that the value that they want to add is actually true value. All right, so I do things through the BRRRR strategy, or the infinite return. If you're not familiar with what that is, let me explain real quick. It's buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. Okay, that acronym is a 5-step process, and each of those steps in that process has steps within steps, I guess you can say. So what we're going to talk about today is the second and third step, the renovate and the renting. When you're doing a value add for a multifamily property, there's really only two ways that you're going to be able to add the value. Number one, through renovations and capital expenditures, right? Putting money into the property to be able to get more money out of the property. Number two is operational efficiency. So if you believe you can come in, take a property over, keep the existing tenant profile and in-place rents, but manage the property better, maybe take care of some deferred maintenance, so on and so forth, so the property throws off more positive cash flow. Those are really the only two ways that you can add value to an existing multifamily. Now, if you wanted to buy a piece of dirt or buy an existing multifamily, scrape it and build something brand new, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. But in this video, we're gonna talk about adding the value through an existing property by renovating and raising rents. What you wanna look at is if there's no tenants in the property and it's 100% vacant, you wanna see where your market rent is. What are similar units in that neighborhood or in the surrounding area actually renting for that are going to be at the caliber finishes that you guys are gonna put into the property? If you have existing tenants in the property that are just way below market rent, you're gonna wanna look at your spread, okay? Let's just say, for example, here's a little case study. I had acquired an 18-unit property several years back, and the property was basically 40% vacant, and the 60% of the units that were occupied, they were way below market rent. Okay, so rents on existing units were $400. We believe that we can renovate the units and get $900 a month. So we had a $500 spread, which boils down to $6,000 annually. When I'm renovating a property that's a multifamily and I want to raise rents with that value add strategy, I want to make sure that I recapture my capital expenditures within one lease cycle. And that can be done either through cash flow, or that can be done in the third step in the BRRRR strategy, which is the refinance. So this particular property, we went in, we immediately had 6 units that we can renovate and then release to get a higher rent than what the existing tenant base was currently paying. So we went in, we added the value. I believe that particular property, if memory serves me correct, we were about $15,000 into the unit to get it. And that's a blended average of all the expenses that we had to do. You know, we had to do some exterior stuff, we had to do the interior renovations. So all of that combined boiled down to about $15,000 per unit going in. Now, a lot of times what I'll see folks that come from a house flipping background do is they come into a property and they completely overbuild it. I've done this in the past. I've been guilty of this as well. You know, when I first started out, I thought, oh man, I got to make this, I got to do this repair, I got to do that repair, I got to do this. And you just overbuild it, and it either takes forever to recapture the money that you put in, or you never end up recapturing it. So what some of the things that you want to do, again, number one, you want to recapture whatever you're putting in, hopefully through either a refinance or cash flow of the property through the raised rents within a 12-month period, one lease cycle. If you're leasing your units for less than 12 months, you're going to have to factor that in. I don't recommend you leasing your units for anything less than a year. Stay with annual leases and you should be just fine. Once we added the value, we were looking at about a 2.5-year plus to recapture that in cash flow on that unit. By doing that, you're pushing yourself out into the next lease cycle, which that could be problematic if you have downtime or additional repairs that you need to do when you turn that unit to get it back to lease rent ready condition. So we were able to recapture our capital through a refinance, which we did very quickly. Remember, where existing rents are, where you believe you can take the rents to, and then how much money it's going to take you to put into that unit to get that higher rent. These are all the numbers that you guys are really going to need to understand on how quickly you can get your money back out. And hope that's helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or you want me to go into any greater detail about this particular strategy and topic, leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I try to do 2 videos a week for you guys. So if you like what you're hearing, you like the stuff that I'm talking about, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I'm going to be dropping every week. And I hope that was helpful. So just to recap again, guys, where your existing rents are, where you believe you can bump rents to, that's your spread. You take your spread and you determine what your capital expenditures are going to be and how quickly you'll be able to recapture that, either through a refinance or cash flow. So hope that helps. These numbers are very simple to do. Again, it's a very simple process. There's no overcomplicated math that needs to be involved. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing is all you're going to need to know. No huge spreadsheets or anything like that. So it's a very simple process. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.